Friends, so this is going to be third video in this general aspect of NEETPG slash INICET preparation. So in this video we are going to take a look at how we are going to do the second revision, what are all the components of second revision, how the quick revision program or image based revision programs is going to help you, and how and when are you going to do that programs, and how your mentor or mentorship is going to play a role in your preparation, right? This is going to be discussed in this video. If you haven't seen the previous video, kindly go watch those video and come back to this video so that you get a clear view on how we are going to prepare in the initial phase and how we are going to prepare as we near the exams, right. So we are going to see the aspects of second revision. What are all the things that is going to take place in your second revision? So first thing is scheduling. As I said, for first revision, scheduling is going to be a difficult task, but we have discussed in detail how to schedule in our first revision. So in our second revision, we are going to schedule in such a way that the whole second revision will take place in 1.5 to 2 months maximum, right? That's how we are going to schedule your second revision, right? So what are we are going to do in the second revision? We are going to read our primary notes, right? As I said before, things that are available in your primary notes is the thing that are going to take confidently to your exam hall, right? Doing mistakes from your primary notes is going to be a very costly mistake, right? So primary notes is very important. As primary, like primary notes, it is going to be other important thing is going to be PYQs. As I said, in first revision you'll be doing a PYQ, and you're going to repeat the PYQs in your second revision. You might have got some PYQs right in your first, while you did your PYQs in the first revision, and those PYQs, the same PYQ while you're doing in the second revision, you might get it wrong. It is completely normal to get those things wrong. As I said before, learning from your mistakes is going to be the thing. Why does this mistake happen? Because it might be your different thinking or different approach to the question while you do this time. You might have got a different understanding of the subject once you're done with your first revision, and while you do your second revision, so you might get it wrong. So it is completely okay to get the PYQs also wrong, but learning from the mistakes is very important so that we don't repeat these mistakes in our exam hall. Why to repeat a PYQs? This improves the familiarity with the PYQs. In case if that gets repeated in the exam, you going to make sure that you will never do a mistake. That's why I said don't add PYQs to your notes, PYQ information to your notes, because we will be doing the PYQs alone twice, once in the first revision and now in the second revision. Reviewing your memory wall, I'll come to that in the next slides, how we are going to review our memory wall, the memory wall that we created during our first revision, right? And the grant test. So how to give your grant test, how to go about the grant test, I discussed in detail in the first revision video. The same thing applies. You're going to give grant test every second week, and those time slots were discussed. But one thing to note that is, as you approach your exam, say your exam is on February 1, from January 1 you're going to give your grant test every week, right? That is 1 month before your exams, your grant test is going to be given at a frequency of every week, right? And also note that never give your grant test a week before your exam. Say your exam is on February 1st, you're going to skip the grant test the week before the exam, say the last week of January. Kindly avoid giving a grant test, right? Because you might not be in the best form to give your exam before give the grant test before your exam, because the exam fear is there, the exam stress is there, you might have to cover all the topics in 5 days. So kindly don't give a grant test in that panicky last minute moment. It's going to if in case your rank is going to come down, or your mistakes are increased, or your say your mark is decreased, and maybe it might be due to the external factors also, because of the question paper was hard, the mark was set really hard. So these external factors might play a role, and you might feel low before your exam, you might lose the confidence. So never give the grant test a week before your exam. This was a tip given by my senior, so if you want to follow, it would be great. If you can follow, it would be great, right? Right. So, reviewing our notice board, will come to that notice board and memory wall. So, kindly stick to the order that you did your first revision, right? So, we have discussed the meaning behind following this order. That is, comes physio, pharma, anesthesia, psych, FM, opthal, biochem, peds, PSM, micro, derma, patho, anat, ENT, ortho, surgery, radio, medicine, and OBGY. So, the same order you will follow for your second revision also, right? So if you haven't seen why we are following this order, kindly go and watch the first revision video. You might get a better understanding why we follow this order, right? Right. So how are we going to review the memory wall that we created during our first revision, right? So say your first revision ended at November 30th, your first revision got ended. Say you winded up with your first revision with these subjects. You did surgery, radio, medicine, followed by OBGY. These were the four subjects that you did at the end, before winding up your first revision and starting off with your second revision. Say you started off your second revision at December 1st. So what was the order that we go on revision? It was physio, pharmacology, anesthesia, psychiatry, FM, etc. So you're going to make such schedule such that it is going to be limited within 1.5 to 2 months, right? So that's how it's going to be. Say, so now I have created the schedule for my second revision. Say physio for 2 days, and then I gave a reserve day, pharma for 3 days, anesthesia, then I gave a GT. Obviously I gave GT every, I told you to give GT every alternate weeks. Psychiatry, FM were covered in 3 days total. So this is how it went off, right? So when are we going to review our memory wall or notice board here, right? So we are going to do the memory wall every morning at 6 to 7 a.m. If you have the habit of having tea or coffee, with a cup of tea or coffee, stand in front of your memory wall and notice board and read the notes or sticky notes of that subject, right? So at the end of your first revision, you follow this thing like surgery, radio, medicine, and OBGY, right? So when you're going to start up with physiology in your second revision, you're going to do on the first day of starting physio at 6 to 7 a.m. you're going to read the notice board part or the memory wall part of your surgery, right? Say second day of physio also you're doing surgery. On reserve day also, you're going in the morning, you're going to do your surgery memory wall. After once you start pharma, you're giving 1 day for memory wall of radio, because radio is a short subject. And once you as you continue every morning, you're going to follow this subject, right? Once you're done with the last four subjects of your first revision, you're going to say we are going to start with FM. So in FM we started with the physio, right? In FM we started with reading the memory wall part of physio. In this way it's going to increase your retention, right? So this will so how is this going to help? Especially you can see this difference in GT. Say I was giving GT, say I gave a GT over here after I completed my medicine, right? So in this GT, my medicine score was higher compared to other subjects. But when I gave my GT over here, say I gave on 22nd, this GT, my scoring in each and every subject was almost equal. So the subject preference in while giving your GT also decreases, and the retention of each and every subject, you don't forget that easily. The retention of at least the high yield topics is what to say is reinforced into your mind in this way, and the retention is going to be better, right? That's what I want to stress on. The retention is going to be better, right? So this is how you're going to do your memory wall every day, 6 to 7, while you start with your second revision, right? In the reverse order that you followed, right? I have explained this in detail, right? So that's about the memory wall. That's how you're going to do your memory wall, and how and when to do the quick revision program. Right. So why we have to do the quick revision program? First is to brush up your concepts. It would have been a long gap from your classes. Say the first reading ended 4 months or 4 months ago, right? Your first reading would have ended 4 months ago, right? So by this time you would have remember certain concepts and you have forgotten certain concepts. So this quick revision program is going to help you to brush up your concepts, right? What are the quick revision program? There are numerous quick revision program. The famous ones or the well-known ones are DVT, Vibe, VSV, BTR, and Sure Shot, right? So these are the things that are available, right? So which one to do among them? there are pros and cons of each and every QRP or image based revision program that are available. We will try to create a separate video if possible for the discussing the pros and cons of each of this QRP program. But any QRP is fine, but kindly opt for only one QRP. I have seen people, the offline coaching class that they have joined, say they have joined DAMS, they would have given DVT, but for extra, for they will think like we're going for extra points, and they would have subscribed for BTR also. Kindly don't do this thing, because revising the DVT itself is going to be a tedious thing. In while you come to your exam, your primary notes and DVT would be there. You have to revise both while before your exam. So kindly opt for only one, right? When to do this quick revision program? This quick revision programs can be done while you are doing your second revision. If not possible, you are not able to find time, kindly wind up your second revision 10 days before your exam, right? So that these 10 days you can work on these quick revision program. 5 days for watching videos and filling workbook of these programs, and 5 days before the exam for reviewing the details available in this program. So what is the use of this program? It helps in revising the high yielding concepts of 19 subjects just 5 days before the exam. That is the role of this quick revision program. Remember, any of these cannot act as your primary source or material of your preparation, right? So in case you're choosing for BTR or sure shot, kindly prefer for the offline method. It will mostly be scheduled around the exam date, so it will be better if you can choose the offline method, because the online method contains bonus and extra information that you will find it difficult to revise within the 5 days before the exam. So kindly opt for the offline method of BTR, SS, or any QRP. Offline method is preferred more than online method, right? So that's about the quick revision program. We have discussed why, what is the use of the quick revision program. We'll try to cover a separate video for pros and cons of the quick revision program available, right? Right. Mentorship, right? So this phase of preparation was the toughest phase of my life, where I had to fight with my body and mind. So we go through a lot of things, both mentally and physically. So at this phase of time, there must be some person who hold us in track, who keep us in track of preparation, and helps us to get back into the preparation whenever we are down, right? So a mentor is a person who keeps you on track, whom you can depend on when you are down, right? Who can be a mentor? It could be anyone. Obviously, our parents is a mentor, but there should be an additional mentor who is medically relevant to you, right? It could be your coaching class faculty. It could be your say college faculty, medical college faculty. It could be your senior who has pass the NEET-PG or INICET exam with flying colors, who can really give you some motivation and tips on how to prepare, right? Preferably a elder person than you, not a person of your same age who is preparing with you. Preferably a person who is elder than you, right? So most of us would have a mentor or friend. Our friend as a person who is a clinical SRPG or assistant professor, right? Most of them would accept that. Most of them are inspired by the clinical people, but I'm just the opposite of everyone. I am more closer or more friendly with my, and they are sorry, paraclinical faculty, right? Even from my medical college. So why am I like this? Because the paraclinical faculties were our first contact, right? First contact during our medical college days, and it was like a school. They created a school kind of atmosphere, like kindergarten kind of atmosphere, where there was more of nurturing, more of spoon feeding. So that warmth was needed for me. So I would like to give credit to my mentor over here, who had kept me in track all throughout, starting right from my first year till my NEET PG preparation. She is an assistant professor in the Department of Physiology. I've never given her credit anywhere. I was waiting for the right moment. So I guess this is the moment I gave her. I would like to give credit to my mentor, Dr. Devi R. Nitya, an assistant professor in the Department of Physiology. So that's how your mentor should be. They should be holding you in track of your preparation. they should never let you down. I would like to give one tip my mentor gave just before the exam. Say, think, what she said is the exact term is that, think that your seat is already reserved for you, right? Your seat has a name in it. Say, my dream college was Jipma. So she told, like, your seat is already ready in Jipma. You're just going to give an exam that is just going to double confirm your seat. So go without stress. Just give your seat. You're already there in the your seat is already ready over there. So kindly remember this. Go to the exam with less stress. Know that there is a seat written in your name. Everyone has a seat written in their name. It's already waiting for you, and go give your exam with less stress, right? So that's it about this preparation video. And if there are any doubts or any thing, kindly leave it in the comment section. If you like the video, kindly like the video, give a thumbs up, and share it to your friends who are preparing, who are in the phase of preparation, and kindly subscribe to the channel. We'll be posting more and more regarding the we're trying to post more and more regarding how to prepare for NEET PG, how to prepare for INICET separately, and we are going to discuss the different methods of coaching. We're going to discuss about different coaching classes, their pros and cons, the different quick revision program, their pros and cons, and we might also do a video on the different apps and their pros and cons. So these are all lined up for the thing. So kindly subscribe to the channel, and we'll see in the next video. All the best for your preparation. We hope that you come out with flying colors, right? Thank you. And that's it for the video, right?